Hi, this is Sandy Lemian, author of What Was God Thinking? And by now, I'm sure, like most of the world, you've heard about what's happened here in Boston at the Boston Marathon with the bombings. And it's become real clear as I go into my conversations with God about what's going on that I really need to get out this message because there's more than what meets the eye. And I'm not talking about some conspiracy theory. What I'm talking about is being able to look at what's going on from the perspective of the soul and how each and every one of us could look at this experience and ask ourselves some really important questions so that we don't just become victimized by this, but we can use it as an opportunity to grow and expand and to allow more love to flow through us. Because when something like this happens, it's so easy to go into blame mode or want to place the blame somewhere because we're hurting. For those of you who know me, you know that I've been going into dialogues with God for the last 20 years, and a big portion of it was in my last book, What Was God Thinking? I knew I needed to take this into a conversation with God so that I could get a whole different perspective on what was really happening and what we could get out of it. As I asked God for understanding, this is the message that I heard. Little one, you need to remember some simple truths that are in your heart. Number one, death is not the end. Number two, there is a place inside of you, your soul, that always holds peace, no matter what is happening around you. And number three, the connectedness that you have to your own soul will determine the response that you have to what's happening in life. And the next part of the message was, you often look to the outside world for a sense of safety and security, and you might have noticed now that the outside world may not do that for you. It's time to start going within, because you'll find a sense of safety and security within your soul that nothing outside you can touch. That was part one of the message last night. Part two happened this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning when I was at the gym and I was on the treadmill and I was listening to my Zumba music. I was noticing the bank of TVs that were on the wall. 4 out of the 5 TVs were playing over and over and over again the horrific visions of what happened yesterday in Boston. There were pictures of bloodied people being brought out in wheelchairs, and the explosion and the smoke and stuff flying all over the place. And that was the image that was pretty much on every TV set, a different version of it. And then there was the 5th monitor that had HD TV. And what I heard, the message that I heard was this. Little one, this is what you all do to yourselves when an event, a horrible event has happened in your life, and you replay that image over and over and over again, and you scare yourself with it, and you wonder why your lives aren't changing. What came to me is that we all have a choice on which monitor of life, what channel of thinking we're going to continue to watch and continue to replay in our lives. And sometimes it's really the scary stories that we will keep replaying over and over and over again because we don't know how to get unstuck. But I will tell you this, when you connect in with your soul, there's only peace there. And then the third part of the conversation happened when I got back home and I was making breakfast for my son and I. And I was making some eggs and I cracked open the eggs in the Teflon pan, and the message again was very, very clear. Little one, when you see the egg that's in the pan, you don't expect anything differently because you know that what's in an egg, when it's cracked open, is the egg. It's like any of you. When life cracks you open, what is inside of you will come out. So what's happening for a lot of people right now is they're not liking what they're feeling, understandably, because this has been a very challenging experience. So a lot of people are not liking what they're feeling, and then they're wanting to go outside to change something outside of themselves so that they don't have to feel this anymore. Just remember this, just please recognize, whatever is in you is going to come out whenever life cracks you open. So if there's fear inside of you, when life cracks you open a little bit, fear will come out, and that's what you'll see in the outside world. If there's compassion in you, when you get cracked open, compassion will come out. If there's love or peace, that will come out. If there's worry or anxiety, that will come out. So perhaps it's an opportunity for all of us to take a look at what have we been holding on to throughout all of these years that we carry around as our own inner baggage that we're trying to not see in the outside world. This is why it's so important for each and every one of us to start tuning into a different place inside of us, not to the mental movies that we play over and over again that'll scare us, but that we tune into a different place, a place inside you called your soul. On May 1st, I'm launching Tuning Into the Vibration of Your Soul. The timing of this could not have come at a better time. This is becoming really critical that each and every one of us start tuning into that place so that we don't keep being reactive to what's happening in life, because when we're reactive, life will keep happening the way that it has again and again and again. This is an opportunity for every single one of us to find that peace within ourselves so that we can start bringing it out into the world in terms of love and peace and compassion, and not buy into the fear and the hate. So I want you to click the link below and join me on May 1st. We're going to spend 28 days together, and I'm going to bring you into the vibration of your soul so that you can start feeling a different place of peace inside of yourself that nothing in the outside world can touch. Join me on May 1st, tuning into the vibration of your soul, 28 days to inner peace and infinite possibilities.